Dan, the Credit Man Willis here, and we're talking about how to clean up your credit report. So there's really a few steps, and the very first place to start is by getting all three of your credit reports. This is important for a few reasons. The first of which is you're going to have different information on each one of your credit reports often, and when you file a dispute, the dispute process is one of the ways in which you remove negative information on your credit report, but you'll have to file the dispute process with each credit bureau. So for example, let's say you have a charge-off on your Experian credit report. If that's charge-off, you'll have to dispute that charge-off directly with the Experian credit bureau. But if that charge-off is not on your TransUnion or your Equifax credit report, and you do dispute that, then they're going to put a little asterisk next to your name, and it may be very difficult to move forward even with legitimate items. The idea being you only can and should dispute the information and the items that are on that specific credit bureau's credit report. If that same charge-off was on all three of your credit reports, then you'd have to file three separate credit bureau disputes with each one of the major credit bureaus. Here's the key. Once you get your three reports, you need to go through them and look for any questionable derogatory information. An item can be questionable for really any reason. It can be out of date, it's not your account, the account's been paid. There's all sorts of reasons, and here's the kicker. The Fair Credit Reporting Act, that federal law that was passed way back in 1970 that says a maximum amount of time of 7 to 10 years can a bad credit item be listed on your credit report. That law was passed to protect you. It's in your interest. It's only for you. And a lot of folks, a lot of these so-called gurus will claim that you have to live with bad credit for 7 to 10 long years. That law says it's a maximum amount of time of 7 to 10 years. There is no minimum. It says a maximum, which means that you can often remove negative items without waiting the full 7 years. Now, there's a couple of ways to do this. You can either do it, as we mentioned earlier, through the credit bureau and credit report dispute process. You can do this yourself, or you can hire a professional credit repair firm to do it on your behalf. Just avoid any hourly rates. Instead, you should be paying, at the most $100 a month for somewhere between 6 to 12 months, depending on what your specific needs are. And if you'd like a free credit consultation with a pro, you can call 1-855-655-9869. Again, that's 1-855-655-9869. That's toll free for a free credit consultation. So there's really three ways to remove the bad credit items on your credit report. The first is the credit report disputes. Second is asking debt validation from any current debt collectors that are out there. If they're contacting you, the very first place to start is by requesting that they validate your debt. This will make them prove and provide legal evidence that your debt is legit, they own the rights for it, and you should also check the statute of limitations because you're not legally responsible for all debts forever. In fact, often you're only legally responsible for about 7 years for repayment. But validating your debt's a very effective way because often collection agencies can't validate a debt, and if they can't, then that item has to be removed from your credit report, and it cannot be, you're no longer legally responsible for repayment. The last thing is to actually settle any legitimate debts, but you can't just go out and pay them. That's not going to do anything to get that information. Those items will still be on your credit report and you'll still be suffering from a less than perfect credit score. Instead, what you want to do is settle for less, whatever they're contacting you about. If they're contacting you about a $1,000 debt, very often you can settle for just pennies on the dollar, like $250 on a $1,000 debt. But always settle for less. And in exchange for your payment, you have to get them to agree to either one, stop reporting your account to the credit bureaus, or two, actually go in and remove those collection items from your credit reports. However you move forward, whether you get help or whatever the case, you don't just have to live with this stuff. It is a maximum amount of time. There's no minimum minimum amount of time an item must remain on your credit report. If you'd like to know some more specifically about this, we're going to include a link in the description below to an article at our website, yourbadcreditcard.net. Please subscribe and join our channel or our congregation. This is Dan Willis. Please have a fantastic afternoon. Please like this video. Please leave any comments, questions, concerns you may have below. And we're looking forward to talking to you again here soon.